Hi everyone, Stacy from Dies to Die For. Welcome to another card making video. Today we're going to go back to our candy dies and use our sucker die again. I'm going to show you how to use it a little different than I did the first time I showed you a card using it. But here's the dies we're going to use today. Our milk jug, You Color My World, Sentiment, and our candy die is just the sucker part today. And then our basic rectangles, we're going to use this to make a frame for our word. Let me set the dies aside and show you what I did. If I can grab them. There we go. Okay. So let me show you the milk jug again because it's been a while since I've made one and shown you how to do it. I know when we go to the shows or go someplace, people always ask me how I made the milk jugs. So I just took my flower tool and cut it out in a metallic silver. I'm using this for my sample because I accidentally cut the edge off. We're not going to use this in a card. Just want to show you. Who am I kidding? I will end up using it in a card because I can't throw things away. Okay, just did that. Now the gray ink pad that I have right here is not a brand that I sell. Normally I would use the Simon Hurley Wolf ink, but I don't know where it is. Take my gray and just rub it across there and all those lines. See, I don't know, that light's kind of glaring. You see it? Simple as that. Then I put pop dots down the middle to give it the 3D effect. Let's put that aside and close up my ink. Now for the suckers. And the first time that I used them, I showed you how to just color the top part and leave the stick white. Today, here it is. Today I'm going to layer them. A little bit of this back sucker is still going to show through, so I'm still going to want to ink it, but I inked the front part and then put my diamond glaze on it already that I used in the first card. With the pieces this little, it made them curl a little bit, so I've just been bending them back so they're not so curled. And I put some pop dots on it after I inked it. Let me ink this one really quick. Find my purple. Okay, there's my Simon Hurley Wolf ink. But where is my purple? The purple is the Simon Hurley Crown Me ink. And my little piece of paper so I don't get color on the stick. Go like that. And on the little pieces I actually went around the edges. I don't think I did it on the full piece. Like that, and sometimes I'll go in the center and just highlight those little strips there. Alright, put that back. And get this clipboard out of my way. Sorry, I have ink all over my hands. I've been making a lot of cards. Trying to catch up on all those videos. And just layer this right over the top. It doesn't have to be perfect because you inked the background, so whatever shows through is going to be the same color. And that's how I made the suckers, and I made 7 of them for each card. Now, my sample right there, we'll move him out of the way, we don't need him. And I just took suckers and started sticking them in places. And you can spread them out as much as you want or push them down in there more. I'm going to save 2 of the suckers for the outside because I wanted them laying on the ground, kind of. Thought it would add a little bit of interest. I'll pull them to where I want them. This red one needs to go. Oh, that moved everything. Silly me. I think I want this red one over more and that maybe down a little bit more. What do you think? Does that look like a jar full of suckers to you if I could get them to stay in place? See, I think the problem is that there must be a pop dot right there because I can't. There we go. Couldn't get that sucker stick over there. And I'm going to move this yellow because I want this orange one over a little bit further so this yellow can layer on top of it. Maybe push the yellow down more and pull that green up. There we go. I think like that. Now this is the tricky part. Trying to get them to stay where you put them. So I'm just going to lift my base up a little and put some glue on each sucker stick. Make sure I get all 5 of them, at least a little bit. And I'm going to take the back off of one of these pop dots because it's going to land right on a sucker stick. Gently peel that pop dot back up. Okay. Oops. Now they should be where I want them. So I peel them up and put glue on the back of each one. That's just my little hack. That might not work for you, but that seems to work the best for me or be the easiest. Did I already show you? I inked the background in pink on this card. I started the ink darker on the edge and just blended it a little bit lighter towards the center. Actually, no, I didn't. I saved some to show you guys, didn't I? Silly me. Don't know why I saved the lighter part to show you, but okay. I start. As soon as I rub my brush on my ink pad, I start on the outside. Then as the brush gets less and less ink on it, I rub it towards the center. I started in too far, but if you start in too far with it, just make sure that you're not putting a lot of pressure on your brush, like right here. So it just kind of lightly, I want it anyway, darker on the outside edges and fading in to a more white center. Okay, now my suckers are glued. They'll be about where I want them when I get it down. I think this blue one needs to go up there a little bit more. Kind of like that. And I'm going to take a little bit of gray, and you can do this beforehand too. But I want to put a little bit of gray around that base. You can take a gray marker too if you want, to kind of create the idea that the base isn't floating in midair. Okay. I'm going to take my last two suckers and lay them out kind of right there, and take my words, and my words, I took the colors that I used in my suckers and I just inked them slowly. I started with my red, orange, did kind of the rainbow colors all the way down, and you are gonna, it's kind of hard to get them, you are gonna overlap them, but that's okay because it adds to the interest for me anyway. All right, I need to grab some pop dots for this next part. Where are you, good old pop dots? Got one of those storage carts next to me, the 3-tier, I don't remember the exact name on them, but I just recently got one, and boy do I love that when I'm doing videos, because I have all of my adhesives on the bottom and all my inks, and everything that I use for almost every video is right there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still find things that I didn't grab and bring to a video, but at least I'm not running back to my bedroom or into the cabinets as often as I was before. Okay, close my ink up. I put pop dots only on half of this frame, and this frame is from my rectangle set, my basic rectangles. Let me show you again. I just cut them out like that. If your rectangles are separated, just use a little bit of painter's tape, hold them together, and cut out the frame. I've been using frames a lot in cards. I think I need to make some different frames. Probably right about there. And this side I glued because you already have the pop dots on the milk pitcher, so you don't want to pop those again. That's why I only put 4 pop dots on it. Hold that down. Let's get a little glue on our word here. This word, I'm only going to put glue. I don't even think that's going to hit there. I'm only trying to glue the parts that are going to hit the frame, because I don't want such a gluey mess. We'll see if this works. Okay, I think we got it. Here we go. Now some glue on these 2 pieces, and then we'll be done with our A2 card. That purple's not quite up far enough. There we go. Still, I want to put a dab of glue behind those sticks so that they stay down. There we go. Oh, I made a gluey mess. I'll clean that up later when it dries. All right, there is your A2 size. Now let's work on the slimline. For the slimline, I used the Gina Marie stitched rectangles. This slimline, did I already say slimline? But I actually wanted to add a little more interest, so I used the largest size and the size in, and layered them. I was never a fan of the stitched. I don't know why, I couldn't get into it. I think that when Gina Marie first showed me her first set of stitch rectangles, I think my words to her were, "What do you do with that?" Now they're growing on me. I really kind of like the look. It just finishes a card off, I feel. Okay, I didn't put my pop dots on in the center of this vase. And I inked the pink on here the same way that I inked the A2. I already showed you. Okay, let's see where we want these pieces. On here, I'm gonna put the You Color My World up here. But where do we want the suckers? And I'm really not putting these suckers in any particular color order or anything. See, this red one's kind of curled, so doing it a little too hard. You don't want to curl it back that hard. I cracked it. I'm sure you can use a blow dryer or a heat tool also to kind of curve it back a little. And if you have a stick that wants to poke out like that, you can cut it off too in the end. And get everything done. Do I want, because this is a smaller space here, do I want just one sucker on the outside instead of the two? If I do that, I want to pull these up more. Maybe put the purple right there. I don't like that. That looks too much, like, it doesn't look random enough for me. If you put 3 in a row and then 3 in a row, I don't like that. Not on this card. So what do we think of it like that? Let me, oh, you want to know what I could do? Let me see. You could put a sucker going up that way and then lay this one down here. What do you guys think? See, this one's not going to be able to lay across milk jug like it did in the other card. Actually, I like it like that. Is that what we should go with? Yes, I think so. Now, let's do my little sucker stick gluing. It's hard to do it this way with those pop dots right there. I suppose. Good job. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure it out again anyway because I missed some of the sticks. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. Just get these guys glued. We'll glue on the back of the sticks. Take the back off the foam dots. Starting to talk softly again, sorry. When I start doing that, when I talk too soft, it's because I'm really talking to myself. I guess what I'm saying I don't feel is is that interesting that you want to hear it. Or I'm yelling at myself, one or the other. I'm going to snip this little piece of that blue. Or is that the orange? No, that's the blue sucker off right there. Smooth this up just a hair. Okay. I think where they're at is about good. That works for me. Let's see if we do it like this. Oh gosh, why didn't I think of that the first 2 times I did it? Then I can get that glue. Maybe. Do you think this way is more complicated? Just gluing where the frame is? Or just holding it on the frame and gluing instead of trying to decide where the frame is going to fall? Maybe. You know, it's going to be on that right? Okay. There we go. Now I don't want this frame to pop up. Now we popped it on the other one, right? I'm going to take my little squares. And put maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 on there. And these I'm not going to color the edge because the frame is white. If I had a colored frame, then I would probably color the edges of them with a marker or my ink. Come on. Okay, I think I got them all. Yep. Now, I think that I can put this down first and then slide this sucker under since we have them on the pop dots. What do you think? Right there? Okay, let's put some glue on this sucker and get it down. Right in there like that. Looks good to me. Okay, one more. These suckers are a lot of fun. I've been experimenting with a lot of different ways to make them. Yes, there will be more sucker cards in your future. All right, there we go. Here is our slimline and our A2. I will have to say, I think this is one of my favorite cards that I've done in quite a while. All right, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Have a great